Oh my god. Oh shit!
That was me after seeing the like and dislike ratio of my last video. It is by far the worst ratio I've had on this channel, and seeing that got me thinking, did I go too far? Did I make a mistake making that video? Naturally, that line of thinking sparked me into thinking even further and dragged me deep into a rabbit hole about the almighty YouTube. And throughout all that thinking, I came to the conclusion that YouTube is a strange beast. Now usually my videos are about video games, or at the very least they are video game adjacent. This video is going to be very different than my usual, and I might even end up getting a little more personal here. So we shall see how this turns out. Alright. This intro has gone on for too long. Enough with the flapping of my mouth. Let's get down to business. When it comes to YouTube, there are three main stats that will affect a video's performance: impressions, click-through rate, and average watch time. Impressions are definitely the king though. Click-through rate and average watch time are the supporting stats that can boost or lower the amount of impressions a video will receive. What is an impression on YouTube, you may ask? Well, an impression is when a video is shown to someone on the home page or on the suggested videos side. The more impressions a video has, the more likely it is to get views. Whenever someone uploads a video, YouTube will put that video to the test with audiences they think might be interested. This is where the titles and thumbnails become important and massively affect how often people will click on the video, which is click-through rate. The next thing YouTube will value with videos is how long they are being watched, average watch time. The combination of click-through rate and average watch time directly correlate with the impressions a video will get. That sounds like a pretty neat system that makes a lot of sense, right? Well, it doesn't always pan out that way. I think the best way to showcase this would be with an example. What you see here are two videos on my channel. Both these videos are overview types about very niche JRPG series made by Nihon Falcom, which would mean very similar audiences would be attracted to it. I figured the analytics of these two videos would make for the perfect example. First up to bat is don't miss out on this series, which I'm just going to call the East video from now on. It has 30.6 thousand impressions and a click-through rate of 2.5%. Okay, moving on now to the One Piece of JRPGs, which I'm just going to call the Trails video. It has 18.5 thousand impressions and a click-through rate of 5.1%. Wait, what? Why does the Trails video have 12,000 less impressions than the East video when the click-through rate is more than doubled? What's going on here? Wait. Perhaps the average watch time will give us the answer? Let's have a look at that. Okay, so the East video has an average watch time of 3 minutes and 1 second. And the Trails video has an average watch time of 4 minutes and 54 seconds. Yeah, the system isn't exactly 100% clean cut, eh? Now. I know what some of you might say. You're just a bad YouTuber. Don't complain about analytics. Stop being so cringe and you might get some views. And you know what? Fair enough. You aren't entirely wrong for saying that. But it doesn't discredit the point I'm making here. There are a few oddities in YouTube's system. A few slot machine-like mechanics, if you will. Speaking of slot machines, the dopamine that's experienced on YouTube from stuff like getting lots of views, likes, and positive comments is very strong. It's like a splinter that enters your brain, and it's no ordinary splinter. It's full of all sorts of drugs that just makes you feel so good. It's definitely a bad thing, which is why I called it a splinter, but it just feels so nice. After experiencing a little bit of this phenomena with some of my videos, I can definitely see why many YouTubers chase after this dopamine. To get that dopamine on the regular though, would very likely mean making videos they don't want to make. Combine that with the usual suspects of corruption, which are money and fame. It then becomes very apparent why so many famous YouTubers are messed up in the head, and just sometimes don't even seem like humans anymore. Now don't get it twisted. I'm not defending the monster trio of YouTube, for example. They absolutely deserve the shit that they're getting. But what I am saying is that it's understandable why they turned out the way that they did. I don't think humanity was designed for massive fame and attention, which is why so many celebrities fall from grace and get messed up in the head. With the continued rise of YouTube and many other social media websites, we are only going to continue to see more and more of this phenomena in the future. Alright, time to move on to something a little more positive. Although based on the title of the next section, it may not seem that way at first. Oh man, negative comments. Usually they are made by the types who spend all their time on Reddit or Twitter and are better off being ignored. Or at least that's what most people tell you how to deal with them. But this video is called YouTube is a Strange Beast, so you know a twist is about to occur. Yup. I think if as a YouTuber you fully ignore negative comments, you're on the path to shooting yourself in the foot. Now the key words there were fully ignore. Obviously not all negative comments should be taken seriously. Usually negative commenters on any social media website are complete menaces because they know they can get away with it. The famous Mike Tyson quote comes to mind here. Sometimes hidden in the asshole minds are nuggets of gold with criticism that can help you improve and evolve. I think it is very rare on the internet for someone to provide criticism in a positive way. So this becomes a take what you can get sort of scenario. It is what it is. I think to properly explain my point, an example is needed. And so I'll tell you about negative comments I wish I took more seriously in the past. Now a common critique I've gotten from my videos is my voice and also the speed at which I speak. When it comes to my voice, I can make slight arrangements, sure, but for the most part if people don't like my voice, that's a wash. But for the speed at which I speak, that's definitely something I'm able to change. I didn't take any of the negative comments about this seriously. In my Super Smash Bros. Melee video, however, I lucked out and received positive comments with the same criticism. When I saw those positive comments was when I decided to try and tackle the problem. That Melee video was released pretty recently. I could have tackled this problem of mine way earlier had I gotten over myself to see the gold hidden in shit. I still agree with Mike Tyson though. Anyways, all I'm saying is, it's detrimental sometimes to ignore criticism just because it's negative. It's a lesson hopefully I've learned. I'm still tackling my slow speech issue, so let me know if I'm still talking too slow. Why even start a YouTube channel? Money? Good fucking luck with that. The requirements for even the first level of monetization are tough to get, which is just for memberships, stickers, and super chats. The full monetization requirements are even tougher. You might think I'm full of shit, but for all the millions of YouTube channels out there, it's massively rare to get monetized. I guess if that is your main goal when you are starting, keep Lazard from Crisis Core in mind. Unobtainable dreams are the best kind. That quote might inspire some of y'all to do some squats, but for most it won't do squat. I can't speak for others on why they started YouTube, but I can for sure say why I started. You see, I started off streaming on Twitch, and other than the occasional friend jumping into the stream, I had 0 viewers. Streaming to 0 viewers sucked, and also there was some sketchy shit going on. And so, I made my first YouTube video, with the hopes that I could build an audience, and not have to stream with 0 viewers ever again. And I gotta say, for someone like myself who isn't exactly socially active, it was terrifying. And you know what? It still is terrifying, but just a little less so now. That was me the first time I tried voice recording. Even to this day, I sometimes start off that way. The stage fright is real. So why on earth am I still doing it? Well, I think going out of my comfort zone to do this is good for me. Even though I accomplished my main goal of not being a 0 viewer streamer anymore, I'm still gonna make videos. If anyone out there watching this video has a desire to start YouTube, any desire at all, it doesn't matter how small, but is scared or nervous to start, watch the first edited video I made. I'm 90% certain anybody can make a better first video than that. Use my first video as a stepping stone to boost yourself into taking that first step. Even though I've probably made YouTube sound awful, it is really neat to build an audience around things you enjoy. YouTube is a strange beast after all. Oh yeah, now that the dust has settled for a bit on my last video, how's that ratio looking now?